Good morning. It's Monday. I'm going to go ahead and warn you, I'm going to turn on my windshield wipers right now, and I think they make noise when I vlog, so that sound that you might be hearing is the windshield wiper. But it is raining pretty consistently and somewhat heavily this Monday morning, and it has been raining. What's happening right here? And it has been raining all weekend for the most part, so it's supposed to rain today and tomorrow. Then we could get a couple days off, but then I think it's raining again over the weekend. So that means the kids aren't going outside today, which always makes for a great day. But anyway, it's Monday. As far as my weekend, it was pretty good. After I vlogged on Friday, I closed out the vlog just for an update. I did get a chance to talk with my doctor's scheduler for my surgery. I have been given a date. I will be having surgery April the 24th, which means that is pretty much like this school year will end for me that week of April, because the recovery is 6 to 8 weeks, and we get out of school somewhere around like May 22nd or something like that. So my school year will be ending in just a few months now. So when I got the date, I was just kind of like, it was like a reality check, like you really are having surgery and this is really going to be taking place. It actually works out perfectly, I think, because it allows me to teach all the way through the time you need to prep the kids for SBAC testing. And then the only thing that I'm really missing is that last month of school, where honestly you're just trying to keep the kids occupied and teach them something along the way, but it's a lot less structured than the regular school year. And I'm getting the surgery earlier, or early enough to be healed by the time I'm supposed to travel to Finland with book back tours. That happens at the end of June, like the last week of June through the first week of July. The only downfall is that if I do end up getting my transfer request to middle school or a different elementary school approved, I won't be able to like pre-pack. Like I can't be on campus while I'm on medical leave. So and I'll know if I'm getting the transfer before I have the surgery, and if that's the case, I might just start packing things up early while I'm there, like maybe packing up my books or whatever. The other positive news is that, I need to turn on my defroster, is that the person that I wanted as my long-term sub is available. She's a person that I would have some in my class all the time last year. And so she knows how my classes ran. She knows how I like to do things. She's pretty organized and on top of things herself. My team likes her, so it should be a good situation. So now I just need to figure out, because I've never taken a long-term leave of absence, let alone taking 2 sick days in a row, just figure out what I need to do in terms of my benefits. I have plenty of sick days. I think I have like maybe 70 at minimum sick days, and like how all that works with disability and how do I get paid and all of that. So all of that worked out, which I'm glad, because I was praying on it on a very regular basis. So now I will just be praying for a successful surgery going forward. But my weekend, Saturday, I worked out and took a nap and then just edited video. I started my taxes. My taxes are pretty much done. Note to everyone, do not do your taxes when you're tired. I did my taxes. It was late at night. It was probably like 11 o'clock at night, and I was tired, but I was like, let me just get it done. I used TurboTax, and when I was all done, like just the difference in my tax refund was just a little too significant for my liking. And so I kept like reading and looking through things, and then I realized in 2018 I was paying one mortgage company, and then my loan was sold to another mortgage company. So when I was reporting my property taxes and insurance, I was only reporting half because I forgot I had another tax form from the first company that my mortgage was with, if that makes sense. So I almost shorted myself like a significant amount of change. So as of now, I think I'm pretty much done. I just need to go in and look through it tonight and maybe submit it, especially because I just heard on the news that I don't know if it's the government or someone is suggesting, the IRS is suggesting that you get your taxes filed ASAP with the whole looming threat of the government shutting down once again. So that might be on my agenda to do tonight, is to get my taxes submitted, because I don't want my tax refund to be delayed. But today, I believe, I don't have my plans with me, but I am planned. The plan is to get them to finish the practice round of writing so they can finish up this last Wonders assessment by doing the writing portion and getting math done. I also want to kind of talk to them about iReady, because that was the focus of our day-to-day training last week, was just meeting with the kids with iReady, talking to them about iReady and their progress, which I get, but I also have a part of me that's like, it almost feels like we are being told to like live and die by iReady scores, and I just don't 100% agree with that. I do think it's a tool. I think it's a helpful tool, but I don't want my kids to feel like the only means of them succeeding is just through these iReady lessons. I really feel like the iReady lessons should be supplementing what I'm doing in the classroom. So I will talk to some of the kids that are not like performing well on some lessons and just check to see what's going on. But I'm also not going to kill myself making the kids and myself feel like iReady is the solution to all their educational needs, because I really think I'm the bigger part of the solution to their educational needs if I'm really doing and what I need to do as a teacher and really thinking about what I'm choosing to teach and how I choose to teach it. So that's it. I'm here. I'm going to get inside away from the rain. I will check in with you guys sometime later on today. Hello everyone. It is 4:20ish. I am getting ready to go home. As far as the day, I got everything done on my agenda today. You guys, we finished the practice run of writing, so they are ready to go to finish up their Wonders assessment tomorrow by doing the writing assignment that goes along with it. We got through a math lesson. We didn't do math rotation, so that didn't go exactly as planned. I really think it's unreasonable for me to think I can actually do math rotations on Monday since the day is shortened. And then I showed them the Chinese New Year video, the first one that has the two kids that are living in England, and they are preparing for the Chinese New Year. And I'm going to tell you guys, that video and just framing it around this like cultural thing, my class was so excited to clean up the classroom after I showed them that video and then said, okay, after lunch we're going to come back and we're going to clean our room from top to bottom to make sure we're ready for Chinese New Year, to get rid of the old and bring in the new and good luck. And so we came back, we finished up math, and then I had them clean the insides and outsides of their desk. I gave them baby wipes to wipe down their desktops, and then I just gave kids different tasks. There were kids dusting bookshelves, sweeping the floor, wiping off counters, checking all the bins, and they just were chomping at the bit at the opportunity to do that. And then after that, we hung up some decorations. I let them kind of tell me where they would like them to be hung. So I'm going to show you the decorations we have so far. I like it. I mean, it feels pretty festive. And this pack I bought from Amazon. I want to say it was like $11 or $12, but you get quite a lot in the pack. And I'll try and link it in the description box so that next year, if they have something similar, you can find it. So here is, sorry about that. Here's the front. So I have these two banners here and the one in the middle. The only challenge is that I don't know if they are hanging in the right direction. So I'm assuming that's the way that should be hung, but I don't know. Hopefully I did it the right way. So we have those. We have some lanterns in the window there. Students chose to put those here. And again, I'm not sure if these are hanging the right way. I have a parent coming in on Wednesday that is actually Chinese and is going to help out. So maybe I can have them take a look. There's some more over there. And then we got a whole bunch of these little things. So I just put some on the desk so that they had some red on their desk. And then I put the rest of them on the wall. And I feel like it feels very festive in here. It feels very celebratory. And then I encourage the class to wear red tomorrow. So I sent out a message on Dojo just asking parents, encourage your child to wear red. Strictly voluntary, of course. And so tomorrow we're having a parent come in at about 2 o'clock, so the last 45 minutes of the day. She has money envelopes for them and has either cupcakes or cookies, I'm not sure. And I'm going to show them the second video, which is the one that's produced by Panda Express. And then we have a little activity where they get to find out their animal based on the year that they were born in. So the kids are pretty excited. I feel like it was a good amount of exposure to the culture. And the students here that are Chinese were able to kind of contribute, and you could see that they felt like this was like kind of their time to shine. And then I read this book today, Goldilocks and the Three Pandas. They like this one as well. This one also has information in the very back, if I can do this with one hand, about Chinese New Year. Well, what is it? Oh, yeah, about the traditions of Chinese New Year, some of the things that occur there. And then there's even a recipe for turnip cakes. Is that what they were called? I think so. Turnip cakes, because that was something in the story. So, good Monday. I can't complain. It's been raining. This sweater, if you don't have it, I would suggest you get it. I got it from H&M yesterday, and I think it was like just freshly put out. Nice and cozy, very warm. It goes all the way down. This is not the most flattering shot, but I bought this at H&M yesterday. So, I suggest it. But I'm about to head out. I gotta cook and just do some schoolwork, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow for the beginning of Chinese New Year. See you guys then. Hey guys, what a day. What a day. It is 4 o'clock on Tuesday. Happy Chinese New Year. It is the first day after the Chinese New Year. So that was my big focus today. I woke up this morning at 4:15 just wanting to cry because it was 4:15 in the morning. And I didn't feel like exercising because it's cold and it's raining. And then I remembered, well, the kids are really excited about Chinese New Year starting and celebrating it. So that helped me to get out of bed and get through the day. And I was feeling great. I got dressed. I was nice and warm. I was comfortable in my outfit. It was a double star day at Starbucks. And then pretty much once I left Starbucks, everything just got real hectic. So I got to work late, like a few minutes late, which is okay. It's not super strict around here if you're a couple minutes late. But then when I got here, for some unknown reason, there was zero parking to be found anywhere on campus. So that made me even more late. Then I got here, a couple of parents stopped by. They wanted to chat, which is fine, but then that kind of put me behind a little bit more. I didn't have my breakfast. Then it was raining outside. So in my effort to prop the door open using this doorstop that we have and not paying attention to the placement of my fingers and my hands, I somehow put my finger in such a way that I completely like scraped nail polish off of one of my fingers. And no joke, had a very quiet and self-contained panic attack. So this nail was messed up, and I will admit I could be a little like I could be a little like obsessive about certain things, and just like my nails being done is one of them. And I just really like this manicure so much, and I've had it for about a week. Like just the thought that I had like damaged one of the nails by not paying attention to what I was doing with my hands just put me in a panic. And my nails are very like, I can mess them up really easily. One of the things I'm working on is that my nails are just like naturally thin, so they break easily if I'm not really careful. So that made my day even more interesting. And so me being the person that I am, I, instead of eating lunch today, flew out to get a repair done on my nail at lunchtime. There's a nail shop right around the corner that I used to go to a while ago. So I went in and luckily got that nail fixed, and then all was right with the world. And then I came back just in time. Like by the time I was done there, lunch was over and I made it back just in time. And then we finished up a math lesson, and then we spent the rest of the afternoon recognizing Chinese New Year. Like my kids are really excited. I'm really happy with how the day went. A lot of them wore red, and then they were just into learning about this celebration and what it's all about. And then I had a mom that came in. She made some adorable cupcakes. I ate it just now, so I can't show it to you now, but I did take a picture of it and some footage of it, so I'll either include a picture here or video of it. But they were chocolate cupcakes, and she had made pig faces out of fondant. And then she also provided them each with this little money envelope, and they each got a fresh dollar bill inside. And I just thought that was so generous of her. That was through no planning of my own. She just asked me if she could do it, and I said yes. And then while the kids were doing that, while they were eating their cupcake and just kind of enjoying that, I played some Chinese music for the festive effect of it all. And then I gave them this worksheet where they got to figure out, you know, what year they were born, and then what animal represents their year, as well as 3 other family members. So most of the kids in my class were either an ox, a rat, or a tiger. Most of them were born in the year of the tiger, so they were excited about that. They learned how to say Happy New Year in Chinese, so they would say that throughout the day. And then one of my students taught us how to say thank you in Chinese, and I think it's shay shay. So they were saying shay shay to the parent as she brought it in. And I just really enjoy days like that, where even though I don't know much about the Chinese culture and what it's about, just like making the effort, reading stories to them, kind of letting them know like the premise of it all. I showed the Panda Express video, they enjoyed that as well. I feel good about it because I feel like they at least left today with some exposure to what Chinese New Year is, and had fun with it. So the celebration continues tomorrow, because tomorrow is the day that a parent that I have that is actually Chinese is going to come in, giving them a little bit more information on the holiday, and then lead them through like a little calligraphy exercise, and then is bringing in, I used to call them pot stickers, but Liza has informed me that that is not what they should be called. They should be called dumplings. I had no idea that pot stickers and dumplings were one and the same. I just thought they were called pot stickers. So they're going to be bringing in dumplings to share with the class. I contemplated buying chopsticks from Party City, and I might still do it as just like a gift I'm giving them, and then they can eat their pot sticker with the chopstick. I don't know why my camera just went out of focus. That may be crazy, but I might. So the day went great. We did that. We did not get through everything that I thought we were going to get through. We are still trying to finish up this one science lesson that I just haven't been able to do. One thing I am doing right now is for morning work, I will show you here. See how it says math intro perimeter? We are now at the point in the year where SBAC testing is closer than what we would like to admit, and the pacing of how we're teaching math, it's really not possible for us to get through all 12 chapters by SBAC testing. So what I did last year that seemed to work pretty well is, as we got closer to testing for morning work, I pulled chapter 11 in Go Math, which is things, measuring things like, I think it's perimeter, where are my lesson plans? Perimeter, modeling perimeter, finding unknown lengths, just using that for morning work. And I told my kids today, every morning I'm just going to expose you to a math lesson that you don't necessarily need to know the insides and outs of it today and have it all memorized and understood, but just be familiar with it, so that now when you hear or see a problem involving perimeter, you know that perimeter measures the outside of something. So I showed them a brain pop video, and then I used the reteach pages from Go Math as the morning work, because the reteach pages often have a little section at the top that reinforces what a student needs to learn and understand to do that particular lesson. So we did that. They finished their Wonders assessment. I think I have maybe 3 kids that need to finish the writing, but mostly everyone's done. And I read them a book called Ruby's Chinese New Year. I highly recommend it. I don't own this book. This was a book that the librarian pulled for me. It was really cute. And then we did lesson 8.2, where they're just understanding what unit fractions are. Didn't do science, and the rest of the day was devoted to Chinese New Year. So yeah, it went well. The kids love the decorations. It just felt good. So I am going to clean up my area here and probably head out as soon as possible to go home and finish my taxes. I don't have to cook, so that's great. And I don't have to go to Orange Theory tomorrow, so that is also great. So I'm gonna stop talking here. I don't know if I'll check in again, but all in all, a good Tuesday, good Chinese New Year celebration. I'm happy I did it, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow and hoping that tomorrow morning will be much smoother than this morning. So I will talk to you guys later.
15 days of Chinese New Year. It is a time to reflect on the past new year and celebrate the future. Bright fireworks light up the sky, and huge parades line the streets until the final day of the New Year celebration, the Lantern Festival. Then thousands of red lanterns glow in the night to bring good fortune to all. No matter where you live, you can join the festivities, whether it's one reunion dinner with your family or 15 days of celebrating togetherness. Chinese New Year is open to everyone.
Oh my god, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. Oh shoot. My mom long as it's chicken or a rooster. Chicken.
Doesn't mean that they are a chicken. You would say my mom was born in the year of the rooster.
Chicken. So boring.
You're writing his name there, and where it says relationship to you, you're writing that he's your dad.
He's born in 2006. I'm guessing that's still around. I don't know any of my parents or family members.
So then you can take that home and you can ask them when you get home. Good afternoon. It's 12:15ish probably. I just finished my lunch. I have some art supplies in my hand. I'm gonna put you guys down on top of my mailboxes. I'm walking around with the scarf on in the classroom because it's cold and I have to go back outside in a little bit anyway. So today has been and is going to continue to be a very busy day. I have excuse me, obviously teaching responsibilities that I'm trying to take care of throughout the day. And I have meetings after meetings after meetings today. So I'm checking in now because this could very well be the only time that I actually physically get to talk to you guys. So this morning I have to teach. Then at 3 o'clock I have a school site council meeting, and I think that's typically gonna run from 3 to 4. Then hopefully between the hour of 4 and 5, I can go home, let Genesis and Riley out, feed them, because then I have an APEC meeting at 5 o'clock, and those run from 5 to 7-ish. So it's gonna be a long day. Right now I'm prepping for this activity for Chinese New Year that a parent is actually leading. So they're gonna come in, they are going to do a very nice presentation that they've created. Maybe I'll just show you a little clip of it. So this parent volunteered, or I actually asked this parent if they had any ideas or anything they wanted to share for Chinese New Year, and they just kind of took it and ran with it. So they made a slideshow that I'm gonna be showing, or that they're gonna be showing to the class, that gives them some more information about Chinese New Year. They included some video links along the way, and then after that, I believe their plan is to talk about kind of like the food and the things that they do with their family, and then provide the kids with some dumplings, as I've been told they should be called, and then like a little calligraphy exercise. So I have the red paper cut, I have the black tempera paint, cups for water in case kids need to clean their brushes, and then I will just be putting the paint on these plates. So I think I'm just gonna set everything here on the counter because that parent is not coming until 1:30, and the kids are back from lunch at 12:30, so we have about an hour to work with. And my plan is, in that hour, I don't know if it's gonna be enough time though, is I still need to read to them for the day, because I only got to reading them a little excerpt from one of the books that I'm going to be reading for Black History Month. Let me go back over there and show that to you. So I know this book is very popular because I've seen it all over Instagram, and a lot of you probably already have it. But for Black History Month, one of the things I'm going to do consistently is just read them. I think I mentioned this already. Read about one person a day from here. So I only got to that because we had this really big conversation about slavery and how did that even happen. Because some kids have a concept of what slavery was, and then some kids don't really know exactly what it was. So one student, for example, thought like the actual slaves were the ones selling their children to other people. So we had to talk about, no, that's not it. And then talk about how did they even end up in slavery, and how come they didn't just run away, and all of that. So that took up some time, which means I didn't get to read the book that I was supposed to read today for Chinese New Year, and it's around here somewhere. Here it is at the back table. And the kids were very disappointed about that. So I'm gonna read this after lunch. These are my plans, you guys. These are my ambitions. I'm gonna read this after lunch. I don't know if I'll get through the whole thing because I feel like that book is kind of long. And then I'm gonna have them pack up, get their mail. I have to go over this pamphlet that we need to pass out. And then I think that we can at least do some of the science activity that has been pushed aside repeatedly. And then the parent will come at 1:30, and that's pretty much all we're gonna do for the rest of the day. I also invited my principal and let her know that we were gonna have a parent come in as a guest, share some information about Chinese New Year, invite her to come kind of take a look, since, you know, as a school, we should be focusing on being just inclusive of all cultures and traditions. So she said she put it on her calendar and she should be joining us. So that's my Wednesday so far. It's cold still. I'm tired just thinking about how long the day is gonna be, but I'm still trying to get some things done. So I will probably not be talking to you guys until tomorrow. So let me just go ahead and say I will see you guys tomorrow on Thursday.
She's going to bring some nice fruits for you. If you eat those fruits, you are going to live healthy and live long. And also this painting, where you see two chubby babies carry a load of gold, that means that they are going to send you a lot of money, a good fortune to your house. So we want to start with the history of this holiday. The Chinese New Year represents the end of winter and the beginning of spring. It matches with the agricultural cycles because people believe that starting the first day of this Lunar New Year, the weather is getting warmer and warmer. Then the farmers started to work on the field and grow their plants in the field. So basically, people, whatever activity they try to do to celebrate this holiday is to get rid of the old things. The old things are not good, so like bad fortune, bad luck. They want to sweep out those old bad luck and then welcome the new. The new will be very good, like good fortune and good luck and happiness. So whatever they do is to be out with the old and in with the old.
Mine looks like a walking person.
Yeah, that's it.
It looks like a mirror.
From the single view, it looks like he's watching his
Okay, now I remember top to the bottom. Top to bottom. So we do this horizontal line first. So press and then pause and drag to the right. And then pause again. And then round it down a little bit.
Hey guys, it's actually 4:15 and I am leaving my house, but not to go to work, to go to happy hour. I worked today, but I just couldn't find the energy to do much of anything, let alone to pick up the camera and like vlog. Plus today started off a little disorienting because I had to go to the library first thing this morning, which is not when I normally go. But the library is going to be closed tomorrow, so we had to go at a different time, and that just kind of threw me off. And then I never really found, well, that's not true. There were times in the day where I could have vlogged, like at recess, but my mom was with me, and then at lunch. But when lunch came, I was just so tired. I just wanted like 40 minutes of just nothingness. So I just ate my lunch and just relaxed. So I am leaving my house now because I'm going to meet my friend Gina for happy hour. She was one of the ladies that worked in the office at my previous school, and I haven't seen her probably, it's gotta be maybe a month or so. So we're gonna go to happy hour at the Yard House and just hang out. But I am just exceptionally tired today. I don't know why. I've just wanted to lay down and go to sleep the whole day. It could be because I got home later than normal yesterday, and so I just feel a little bit more tired today. I got the full 7 hours of sleep that I normally want to get at the minimum, but I'm tired. So and then on top of that, I didn't work out this morning because I got home at about 8:15 and then I ate dinner later. And if I go work out, I really do need to be in the bed with the lights out by 9:30. So there was no way for me to come home, start eating dinner at 8:15, get showered, cleaned up, and then go to bed by 9:30. So I skipped it. But you would think that would have made me be a little bit more conscientious of the food that I was putting in my mouth today. But today, not that I ate a ton, but I had my regular breakfast bowl, and then my mom stopped by because she proctors at my school in the mornings and said, or asked me if I wanted a donut, to which I obviously replied yes. So then she brought me a donut, and then I immediately ate it, which was soon after I had just finished my breakfast. And then I found myself with the second donut in my hand at some point in the day. I didn't eat the whole thing, but I did take several bites. And my mom had a leftover bit of a breakfast sandwich that I finished for her. And then I ate my regular lunch. And have you guys ever had those days where you literally feel like you could just be eating all day and never really feel satisfied, like you just want to be eating? That was the kind of day I had. So now I'm going to the Yard House. I'm going to try and make some smart choices and some healthier choices, but I really can't make any promises, because now at this point I'm kind of just like, well, you've already messed up. Just let this be the day where you just are letting it go for a day. So, but as far as teaching is concerned, extraordinary happened. We did not start the next block of wonders because we lost 40 minutes with the library. And then what did we do for language arts? Well, you know what, now that I think about it, I didn't even really teach a language arts lesson. Oh, so we lost the 40 minutes today because we were in the library, and I knew my priority was to get to the science lesson that I've kept pushing to the next day and pushing to the next day. So we did that. We still have a little bit more of that lesson to go, but the kids are really liking it. It's just a lesson that teaches them about like how mosquitoes are actually dangerous. I'm gonna have to reject this call. How mosquitoes are actually dangerous because they can cause other illnesses. So they have this little worksheet where they are studying this fictional town called Pondville, and Pondville just is running rampant with mosquitoes because they have a pond, hence the name Pondville. And then it rained a lot more, so there's more water, and by this point the kids have learned that mosquitoes like to be anywhere where there's water and there's warmth. And as a part of the lesson, they hear from, it's like 8 maybe different experts. Like one's a dad and his daughter, one's a hiker, one's a bird watcher, and these experts just share a bit of information that they've noticed in relationship to mosquitoes. And then the kids are supposed to listen to that little tidbit that the expert shares and brainstorm some ideas that might help Pondville either prevent mosquitoes or manage the mosquitoes. So when you talk about it, it doesn't sound like kids would be that excited about doing a lesson on mosquitoes, but these kids were really into thinking of ways to prevent the mosquitoes or to manage the mosquitoes. So I'm glad that we got to it. We still have a little bit left, so we'll finish that up tomorrow. And then, you know what, maybe I'm just tired from the Chinese New Year stuff, because that was a lot of like mental, not stress, but just extra mental energy that I had to take on to make sure the stuff for the parents was organized and all of that. But tomorrow's Friday. We have PE, or they have PE, which means I have a prep period. I don't have library since I had it today, so I don't have that to kind of deal with, but they're basically going to be taking a math quiz. I think I'm going to introduce the next theme, or learning block, I should say, of wonders. And we're going to go over, I think, the listening district test that they took, because we had a meeting with one of our district reps yesterday where we kind of talked about ways that maybe we can help the kids perform better on these listening assessments, because district-wide the kids always struggle with listen and interpret. So we listened to some of the listening tests they actually took, and after listening to it and going through some of it, I could see why. Like, first of all, the person that's reading these passages does not sound like a real person, and they are just talking, it's just straight talking with no pausing, no elaborating, and that's not what kids that are 9 are used to. So it's a skill that they have to build. So we're gonna go through the test and kind of talk about some strategies and maybe how they can take notes and things like that going forward, and also just some test taking tips on how they can better manage the answer choices they have. So that's tomorrow. But as far as today, I'm going to happy hour. I'm not sure how long I'll be there. I would like to think when I come home from happy hour I'll do some work, but the reality is I'll probably just come home and go to sleep, or like start getting ready for bed and stuff. So that's it. That was Thursday. So yeah, more than likely I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good evening, you guys. It's almost 7. I am recording on my phone, which is my least favorite thing to do, but I just realized not too long ago that I left my camera in my classroom and I was not about to go get it, sorry. So I'm closing out the vlog on my phone, so it's gonna be very short because I always feel like I'm looking in the wrong place on my phone. So as far as today, I didn't get as much done today as I wanted to. It was Friday. We didn't have library today, so I thought I was gonna have more time, which I did, but then I also forgot that I have buddies this morning, which is when we as a class go visit our SDC class. So these are kids that have some mild to moderate learning and or physical disabilities. So we go mostly to work on just practicing social skills with them. So I forgot about that, and that is another 30 minutes of the day. And then we basically finished the science lesson finally. They took a math quiz. They went to PE. And that might be like the gist of what happened today. So, but it was a good day. I'm happy it's Friday. And then right after school, we had a staff meeting because we're going to have kind of like an active shooter drill on Friday. And then I had to leave right away because the cleaning lady came today instead of Saturday morning. So I had to be home as soon as possible because she was coming at 3:30. So I came home, her and her friend cleaned. I got the writing portion of the Last Wonders assessment done in that time, which is good. So now I'm about to put on some pajamas, probably put my little hair bonnet on, look like an old lady, and then have some dinner. And who knows how long I'll be able to stay up because I'm sleepy. And I have to go to bed early because I have to go to a 6:45 a.m. workout class. That is not just any workout class. This one's 90 minutes at Orange Theory, thanks to Liza. So I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to say thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I hope you guys had a great week. And I will be sure to see you guys in the next vlog. Have a great weekend, or I hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.